Hey guys, it's Simeon. This is Pro Wrestling Unlimited as we are here on the 25th of September 2020 to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. Now, tonight's Friday Night Smackdown I thought was an okay show for the most part. But when we got to that final segment of the show, and it was all about Roman and Jey, holy crap. I wasn't too excited for that Roman Jey Universal title match. Holy crap. That got me excited. I'm now pumped to see Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, where I wasn't about 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, I wasn't. But I am now. Also, guys, give me 1 second. For some reason, did you guys not get a notification? Not many of you here. Let's double check this before we get going. We're going to wait just another minute or two to let more people jump in. Let's try this. Go here. If this works. All right. You know what? More people start to file in. There we go. Now it's updating me. More people start to file in. Remember, you guys can catch all the replays of these live streams over on the PWUnlimited YouTube channel, youtube.com/PWUnlimited. Also, remember, we're here on Twitch, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited. If you guys would like to support us, you can do so a couple of different ways. You can either support us by giving us some bits. Really do appreciate that. And also, you can support us by signing up for a subscription, either with a tiered subscription or for free with Amazon Prime. Because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime. And if you have Twitch Prime, or actually Twitch Gaming now, you have Twitch Gaming, then that means that you can subscribe to any one Twitch channel that you want to support throughout the month, and we would greatly appreciate it if we were that one channel that you wanted to support. Well, with that, enough of all that, let's start talking about Friday Night Smackdown. Also, remember, guys, if you want to be part of tonight's show, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. Again, that number is 510-906-1341. The show opened up with a in-memory graphic for Road Warrior Animal Joseph Laurinaitis. Then, I guess you can call it the first ever WWE Intercontinental Championship Ascension was taking place with Corey Graves moderating in the ring with AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and the real Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy. They said, Jeff Hardy suggested, hey, let's hang the belts high above the ring tonight. Symbolize what's going to happen at the pay-per-view. And so they did it. They put both Jeff's title and they put Sammy's title up there. Graves pointed out that all three claimed that they're the real champion. Styles noted that he defeated Zayn last week. Zayn claimed that Hardy should have done the right thing and refused the title, and Styles pointed out that Zayn gave up the title to take the summer off and go grow a neck beard. Ooh. Okay. So with that, to be honest, how does AJ even claim that he's the champion? How? AJ was the champion. He won the tournament. Kudos. But then he lost the title to Jeff Hardy. That's what doesn't make sense to me, why AJ keeps saying, I'm the rightful champion. Bro, you lost the title. Yeah, you're going to say Jeff cheated because of the knee brace. Fuck that. Technicality. Okay, you get a rematch. You lost. Not only, okay, could AJ say, he used the knee brace, give me a rematch. Didn't he get one and lost? Didn't he get a rematch and lose? I believe so. So, tough noogies there, AJ Styles. Anyways, this triple threat's going to be amazing, though, at the pay-per-view. I can already see it. But with that, Hardy kind of agreed with Styles, but said, hey, let's just move on. They raised the belts, like I stated, over the ring. They all had a brief stare down before Sami Zayn pushed a ladder into both Hardy and Styles. He ran off, and Adam Pearce said, you're scheduled to face Jeff Hardy tonight, but after your little calamity, after your little actions right now, I'm also adding AJ. This is a triple threat. And I go, wait, huh? Triple threat tonight? But the triple threat's on Sunday. What the hell is going on? I don't get it. Oh well, let's move on. So we go forward with triple threat match. AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Jeff Hardy. I thought this match was good, fast-paced, and all three guys worked really, really hard together. So Styles jumped Hardy out of the ring early, but Zayn took control of the match. Hardy tried to get back in, but Zayn knocked him off the apron. Styles gained control and slowed the pace down with a chin lock. Styles threw Zayn into Hardy as he tried to get back in the ring. Styles went back to the chin lock and attempted to throw Zayn into Hardy yet again. Hardy avoided and ran wild. He took both down and double drop-kicked Hardy, then jumped off Zayn's back and nailed Styles in the corner. Zayn then went after Hardy on the floor. Styles took out Zayn with a plancha. After a commercial break, Zayn and Styles fought on the top turnbuckle. Zayn slipped out and dropped Styles on the corner. Hardy took control of the match after hitting Whisper in the Wind on both guys. Pretty cool spot. I always like the Whisper in the Wind, but it's really cool when he does it onto two guys. All three competitors were trading shots in the middle of the ring at one point. Zayn rocked both with kicks to the face, but Styles responded with the Pele kick of his own. The finish then came when Styles hit the phenomenal forearm on Hardy. Zayn threw Styles out of the ring, jumped on Hardy, and captured the victory, basically stealing it from AJ Styles. After the match, Styles would go on to attack Zayn with a ladder from behind. Styles then set up a ladder and climbed to the top. He pulled down both belts and posed on the top of the ladder, and to me, this just says, whoop, there you go. Jeff Hardy's winning. Not only did he get pinned tonight, but the other guy, the third guy, got made to look good at the end. So I believe I'm going to do my predictions after this anyways, but I'm going to say Jeff Hardy is winning at the pay-per-view. So next up, they recap the lawsuit angle between The Miz, Morrison, Otis, and I guess Tucker's involved a little bit. Otis, they stated, has to forfeit the Money in the Bank briefcase, or they'll take him to court. Kayla Braxton interviewed Otis and Tucker. As noted, his mother told him never to trust lawyers. Okay, cool. I think they were supposed to try to be, they were trying to be funny there, but it just didn't work with me. He said that he won't let them steal his briefcase. Miz and Morrison would then interrupt. The Miz promised that his lawyer would make sure that he drowns in legal bills. Miz taunted Otis as Morrison filmed everything on his phone. Otis noted that he doesn't deal with situations like this in the courtroom. Tucker then pointed out that only Miz's name is on the lawsuit. Therefore, Otis can attack and touch Morrison, but not Miz. Otis attacked Morrison and beat him down until referees pulled him off. The segment didn't really make much sense to me. It just furthered this deal where it's like Miz is going to try to finagle his way into getting the Money in the Bank contract, but that's not how it works. You can put your contract on the line, as we saw with Mr. Kennedy and Edge. But you can't just say, oh, you touched me, I'm going to sue you, and you're going to give me the briefcase. That makes absolutely no goddamn sense whatsoever to me. Just to say, you assaulted me, so now I want the briefcase? How does that make any sort of sense at all? At all. It doesn't. It really doesn't. They recap the Bayley Sasha angle that's been going on. Looks like the whole feud that's been going on for the last couple of weeks. The Smackdown Women's Champion Bayley came out on the ramp and she sat down in a chair. Bayley said this is the chair that she beat Banks down with. She doesn't care about Banks and doesn't have time to deal with her. Bayley turned her attention to Clash of Champions and her opponent Nikki Cross, who was absent from tonight's show. She noted that Cross thinks that she has an advantage this time because Bayley doesn't have Banks in her corner. Bayley pointed out that Banks isn't in her corner because she doesn't need her. She doesn't want her to be there. Bayley promised to defeat Nikki Cross this Sunday night. I thought this was a really, really good, just straight to the point. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I need you to believe kind of promo. Next up, Shinsuke Nakamura took on Grand Metalik. Metalik and Nakamura had a fine little match here. They gave Metalik a lot of offense and tried to make him look strong. Metalik probably needed the win to build up to Sunday, but hey, maybe the Lucha House Party win the titles. Doubt it, but WWE booking. Anyways, the match started off with some quick pace. With a quick pace, Nakamura avoided a double handspring elbow, but Metalik sent Nakamura to the floor. Metalik attempted a sliding drop kick, but Nakamura ducked and hit a spinning heel kick. Nakamura then took control and slowed the pace down with the front face lock. He attempted the reverse exploder suplex, but Metalik fought out of it. He followed this up with the Hurricane Rana, which sent Nakamura to the floor. Metalik then climbed to the top rope, and Nakamura pulled him off. Nakamura hit a massive knee in the corner to gain control. He then hit a Kinshasa on Metalik and picked up the victory. So after the match, Cesaro attacked Lince Dorado, but Kalisto, for some reason, didn't come in and help his teammates. He just watched at ringside. Dorado was furious, and pushed Kalisto. Something gonna happen here with Kalisto possibly turning on these MFers. In the back, Jey Uso approached Roman's locker room, knocked on it. Nothing. We then got a video, celebrate Road Warrior Animal. They showed a bunch of tweets from a bunch of different wrestlers praising Animal and the Road Warriors. The video the video that was showed was great on the feud of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso here. It featured Alpha, Sika, Rikishi, and Uso. Jey then came down to the ring to cut a promo, which was good, but that promo he cut later was phenomenal. So Jey made his way down to the ring and discussed his upcoming title match against Roman Reigns on Sunday. Reigns said that Paul Heyman was in the back watching Uso in the ring. He knows that Corey Graves is interviewing Roman later, but he's taking this over now. Uso showed clips from last week's Samoan Street fight. After the match, he said they hugged, but then Roman had that stare after the match, and everybody has been asking Uso, hey, what's up with Roman's stare? So he's going to ask Roman right now, Uso, what's up with the stare? Uso asked Roman to come down to the ring, but got no response. We see Roman and Heyman watching in the locker room. Heyman finally stepped out of the locker room to address Jey Uso. Heyman stated that Roman would answer Uso's questions on his time. He doesn't live on Uso time. He promised that Reigns would appear later and when he's good and ready. They then recap Matt Riddle defeating Corbin at Payback and Corbin's attack after the match. Earlier today, Corbin mocked Riddle and promised to beat him tonight. Riddle responded earlier as well, and he noted that Corbin is trying to make his life miserable and vowed to get another win tonight. I guess cool. I don't know why this match was needed. I guess you could say it was needed because just to cap off Corbin attacking after, but I don't even know. And that's what was next. Corbin versus Riddle. The match was all right. Almost good. Maybe you could say good. Riddle and Corbin. So Riddle and Corbin here had, like I said, okay to good match, but some spots were dragged out a little. Riddle attacked Corbin before the bell even rang. He continued the assault and knocked Corbin to the floor. Corbin, though, did take over as Riddle tried to enter back into the ring. Riddle attempted a takedown, but Corbin just pushed him off. Riddle then attempted an armbar, and Corbin reversed it into a slam. Corbin rocked Riddle with a back elbow for a near fall. Corbin attempted the around the ring post clothesline, but Riddle countered with the Pele kick. They briefly fought around ringside until Riddle tossed Corbin over the announce table. So after a commercial break, Riddle locked on a triangle submission, but Corbin powered out with a powerbomb. At one point, Riddle made a comeback. He hit a final flash. Riddle missed a running knee and a moonsault, but he hit his senton. He followed this up with a running knee and got a close near fall off of it. At one point, Riddle leaped off the second rope, but Corbin caught him. He attempted an end of days, and Riddle countered out. He tried the floating bro, but Corbin got his knees up. Corbin then hit the end of days and picked up the victory. Yes, Corbin defeated Matt Riddle. After the match, Caleb Braxton interviewed Matt Riddle, which is a little weird. He's not selling the loss or anything. He just noted that, man, losing sucks. But it's not going to get me down, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop until SmackDown is the bro show. Okay. Basically, he lost and then just got right up and was like, oh, well, I lost. They then showed another video of the mysterious blonde woman. And I'm pretty sure it's frickin' Carmella. She wrote, untouchable in lipstick on the mirror. Oh, we'll see where this goes. Next up, Lacey Evans took on Alexa Bliss. They worked at a kind of slow pace, dragged at times, but I thought it was all right. The match was all right. Wasn't anything to go home about, though. Wasn't like, oh man, this is a really good match on SmackDown. No, it was two women working to their strengths and really just had an all right match. I don't think they really messed anything up or botched anything, so that's good. It was solid. I'll say that. The match itself was solid. So before the match, though, they recap Bliss attacking Evans last week and going into her trance as Evans yelled the Fiend's name. Early in this match, Evans backed Bliss into the corner. Bliss fought out and rolled up Evans for a near fall. Evans threw Bliss into the corner to take over. She slowed down the pace with the chin lock. Evans dominated and backed Bliss into the corner again. Bliss made a brief comeback and knocked Evans down. Suddenly, the Fiend Bray Wyatt's laugh started to echo throughout the building as we went to commercial break. When we came back, Evans was firmly in control and hit a standing moonsault for a near fall. Michael Cole noted that Evans gained control during the break because Bliss was distracted by the Fiend's laughter. Evans slowed down the pace with another chin lock. Bliss fought back and missed a charge in the corner. Evans then rocked Bliss with some stiff knees. Bliss made another comeback and ran wild. She hit a hard clothesline and then suddenly paused. Bliss shook her head and Evans took back over. Evans then missed a moonsault, and the lights turned red. The Fiend's music began to play over the speakers. Bliss then snapped and attacked Evans. Bliss wouldn't stop stomping her, so the referee called for a DQ. Kind of a crap finish. The match itself was good. It was very solid and whatnot, but the finish was just crap. Bliss then took Evans around ringside and hit her with his sister Abigail on the floor. The Fiend appeared on the big screen and said, "Let me in." Bliss smiled at the camera and walked off. Then, in an interesting note, as Alexa was leaving, Roman and Heyman came out. Bliss got to the top of the ramp and then stopped. And then in just a fantastic shot, just a great shot that they got here, Alexa turns around, she turns back and just stares at Roman as he's standing there with the belt and Heyman. And she's just staring at him like, bro, better watch out. And Michael Cole noted that Reigns defeated the Fiend to get that belt. But I thought that was really cool and foreshadowing for what may come on Sunday. Then we get like the best thing we've seen in wrestling probably in the entire month of September. This was fantastic. Like I said, I was like, okay, Jay's going to lose at the pay-per-view. Why do we need to even see this match? And I still believe Jay's going to lose at the pay-per-view. But now I'm excited to see this match and see where it goes because of the story that they're telling. And there was only maybe about 5 to 8 minutes left in the show when they basically started this. Paul Heyman began to speak, and he was immediately cut off by the music of Jey Uso. Reigns noted that Uso is one half of one of the greatest tag teams of this generation, if not the greatest tag team of this generation. He said Uso can't be a top guy, because it'll always be Reigns as that top guy. He said the family depends on him to provide for them. He said, if I don't have this title, I can't provide for our family. Reigns then put down his mic as he and Heyman went to leave. He's walked about halfway up the ramp when Uso grabbed the mic and said, "What if you're wrong?" And Jey Uso probably cut the greatest promo of his entire career. This was fantastic. Jey Uso then goes on to say, "What if you're wrong?" Reigns then stopped with his back to the ring and listened. Uso noted that he can be a top guy too. He wants to provide more for his wife and kids. He said, yes, I've always been part of a tag team, and I've always just been the, hey, which one are you guy? But he said, not anymore. That's not going to be the question anymore when he beats Roman for the title on Sunday. Roman and Heyman would then leave. Jey Uso said that he can be the one that the family can depend on, and he left the ring. He went to walk up the ramp, and as he got to the top of the ramp, he was suddenly met by Roman Reigns and a Superman punch. And Roman Reigns ran this guy over like a Mack truck hitting a fucking Pinto. He had no fucking clue Roman was coming, and he had no chance. Roman just mauled him. And then Roman had like the greatest line. Roman starts yelling at him saying he's the top guy. Uso is never going to be in this position. He said not only does he need this belt to provide for his own family, to provide for Jay's family, to provide for their entire family. He said this family doesn't eat if I don't have the belt. He said you will never take this spot from me and you will never be at the head of the table. Reigns stood over a fallen Uso as Smackdown went off the air. This was great. Jay cut a freaking phenomenal promo. Roman just yelling at him, like screaming at him as he's bent over in his face was great. Like, holy crap. And like Roman said it. Roman said, I don't only have this title to provide for my family, my kids. I don't only have this title to provide for your family, your kids, but to provide for the entire family. Family don't eat if I don't have this belt. You will never take my spot, the head spot at the table. This was just, like, we know what the outcome's going to be, but this was amazing. This was like, motherfucker, I need to see this match now. And I'm not saying these guys will not have a great match. I think these two will have a great match. Roman, one line I also missed. Roman also told him, you're going to take this beating on Sunday that I'm going to give you. He literally said, you're going to take this beating that I'm going to give you on Sunday. And I was just like, Roman going to whip his ass, but Uso going to keep on fighting. He's going to get knocked down. It's going to be the whole, he's going to get knocked down, but he's going to always be like, ooh, I got a little more in me. Like Jeff Hardy versus Undertaker. He's going to get his ass beat, but then be like, ooh, I got a little more in me. I got a little more in me. Kind of thing. So that closed the SmackDown. Those last 6, 7, 8 minutes. Phenomenal. I loved it. I loved the whole Jey Uso, Roman Reigns stuff. It was great. And that was SmackDown. But before we get to text messages, talk about Sunday. Sunday in Clash of Champions. This Sunday is the Clash of Champions pay-per-view, and we are going to give some predictions. If I can pull up the card. I had it pulled up, but I guess I didn't. I thought I did. Clash of Champions. Here we go. We got the full card here for Clash of Champions. We have so far 9 matches announced with 1 on the pre-show, and let's tell you about that. So, pre-show match. It is the Raw Women's title match. It will be Asuka defending against Zelina Vega. Do I even have to think about this? Asuka retains the title. If I was putting out betting odds, I would say Asuka's like a plus 2,000 or something. Going on to the main card, we've got the United States Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley defending against Apollo Crews. Remember, Lashley defeated Cruz at Payback to win this belt, and I see Bobby Lashley still retaining, so I'm going to go Bobby Lashley retains at the pay-per-view. Next up, with the Raw Tag Team titles on the line, the Street Profits defending against Andrade and Angel Garza. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Street Profits retain. But here's the thing. How many times have we seen Angel Garza and Andrade lose with the titles on the line? Maybe this is their time. I'm going to go out on a limb. Andrade and Angel Garza. With the SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line, we've got Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura defending against the Lucha House Party. We don't know exactly which combination of the Lucha House Party we're getting, whether that's Grand Metalik and Kalisto, Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado, or Lince and Kalisto. I'm going to predict Grand Metalik and Lince, and maybe Kalisto screws them. So I'm saying Cesaro and Shinsuke retain the titles. Next up, with the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line, Bayley defending against Nikki Cross. Bayley ain't losing that belt. If Bayley loses that belt ever, it's going to be to Sasha, so Bayley retains at Clash of Champions. In a triple threat ladder match with the Intercontinental Championship on the line, Jeff Hardy will be defending against both AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. And as I stated earlier, I think Jeff Hardy retains that title. Going on to our two main events, the co-main event. Now, I don't know which match is the actual main event. I would put, after tonight's fucking program or ending of SmackDown, I'd put Roman and Jey as the main event. But I think because the stipulation in Drew versus Randy as an ambulance match, I think that closes the show. So with the Universal title on the line, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Ain't nobody giving Jey Uso a chance. And Roman's going to retain. But I'm going to go a little farther out there with a little more prediction ski. If this match closes the show, if they say, Roman, Jey, we're going to give you the main event. Possibly the reason for that is because Roman's going to win. The lights are going to go out. They're going to come back red. And the Fiend's going to be standing there, staring down Roman, wanting his belt back. I can see that being the last thing we see at Clash of Champions. Roman in the ring after he just murders Jey Uso. And then the Fiend is standing at the top of the ramp, or even in the ring maybe, as the lights are red, and he wants his belt back. And he's just laughing. We hear the laugh. So I'm saying if they go with that at the end, that's got to end the show. But my prediction is Roman wins, and then maybe the Fiend comes out afterwards. I don't know if the Fiend attacks. Maybe no. I wouldn't have the Fiend touch him. Then in the ambulance match with the WWE Championship on the line, this is toughie. A lot of people are probably going to pick Drew. Me, myself, I'm going Orton. Going the Viper, slithers his way in to becoming WWE Champion. Randy Orton going to win that belt. That's my prediction. And it's just a prediction. I'm not giving a spoiler like Paul Heyman. It's just a prediction. I could be wrong. But I'm going to go Randy wins the WWE Championship. But with that, guys, those are my predictions for this coming Sunday's WWE Clash of Champions pay-per-view. Remember, we will be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited for the big breakdown review recap after Clash of Champions. But now with that, we've got some text messages here to read. Remember, guys, if you want to text into the show, you can do so. It's 510-906-1341. Again, the number is 510-906-1341. Person here says, do you think we're getting a heel from someone in Lucha House Party? Like I said in my predictions, I think maybe Kalisto screws his buddies, screws his brothers, goes heel Kalisto. I mean, have we ever seen a heel Kalisto? I don't think so, so why not do it? He's fresh off of his return a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago now, so why not? Why not? And this last text message here does say, what if they try to protect Jey Uso by not actually pinning or submitting him, but having Roman beat him down so much that the referee causes him to be rendered unable to compete, unable to finish, unable to go on in this match? I can see that. Kind of like the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing from NXT, where Kevin Owens beat Sammy's ass so bad that he couldn't keep on fighting and the ref just stopped the match. I could see that. I could see that for sure. That maybe the referee just was like, Roman, stop. And Roman won't stop beating him down, and Jey can't defend himself, so he just calls for the finish. No contest. Yeah, Jey would maybe be declared the winner because Roman would get DQ'd with excessive violence or something. But Roman doesn't lose the belt because you can't change the title on a DQ. I could see something like that. And one more question. This is not SmackDown related, but who do you think was on NXT in the vignette breaking the glass? Oh, we didn't get to talk about this. So on NXT, there was like a stealth-looking night vision deal where someone had a belt in a glass box and they broke the glass box. And they said something about getting back what's rightfully mine. So you think it's a former champion in NXT. I'm going to say Bobby Roode or Robert Roode, wherever he's going by now. It had been reported by WrestleVotes that he's coming back at any time. He said that the vignette said that this person's returning at the pay-per-view or the takeover 1 week from Sunday. I'm going to say Bobby Roode. Because WrestleVotes could have heard that Roode was in town this week, and that's why he said Roode could be returning at any time. Or maybe WrestleVotes didn't hear that Roode was in town to work NXT. So maybe Bobby Roode, Robert Roode, whatever you want to call him, coming back to NXT. I wouldn't be against it at all. I want to say thank you to Broken King Slender for the bits. Really do appreciate that, my guy. And this person says, how long do you think they'll keep the title on Roman? Long as Brock? Here's a prediction. And this would probably be a really cool match. And it'd be different because we've seen this match before, but not when Roman's the heel. I say Roman holds the title all the way to WrestleMania. In the draft, McIntyre gets traded to SmackDown and gets a title shot against Roman at Mania for the belt. Or McIntyre wins the Rumble again and then challenges Roman for the title. So, we'll see. But I think Roman holds the belt to Mania. My prediction is something cool would be, especially if there's fans at WrestleMania, something cool would be Roman holds the title all the way to Mania. McIntyre challenges him for the belt. We haven't seen babyface McIntyre versus heel Roman yet. We've seen babyface Roman versus heel McIntyre, but McIntyre takes that title from Roman and gets that big pop at the pay-per-view. Because McIntyre, they need him against somebody that's hated. And Roman's hated. So, there you go. And also this person, Eric Tate in the chat says, how is Battlegrounds? WWE Battlegrounds, the new game. I'm really liking it. Haven't been able to play it as much as I'd want to, but I really like it, and the kids are really digging it as well. But with that, guys, that's going to wrap things up here for our SmackDown review. Remember, again, we will be live this Sunday, twitch.tv/PWUnlimited for the Clash of Champions pay-per-view review. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Twitter, twitter.com/PW Unlimited or at PW Unlimited. And remember our website, PWUnlimited.co. Have a good night, guys.